So welcome today to our support and community call, just allowing us to come together during this time and really support each other, just to give some tips and offer some space for meditation and healing. And so we're going to start with the meditation, I think, straight into it. So yeah, welcome everybody. And if you're watching the recording, feel free to go through this at your own pace and also just reply and reach out if you need anything or if you've got any other questions at all. So just finding a nice, comfortable seated position. Just allow ourselves to bring our breath, our awareness to the breath, because this is what's so important in bringing us into center, to groundedness. So if you feel comfortable closing your eyes or softening your gaze, at least, it's always helpful. And taking a couple of nice deeper breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just allowing the breath to fill the body as you breathe in. And start to release and soften and relax as you breathe out. And one last deeper breath in. And releasing that tension that we've all been feeling this week, this uncertainty, just letting it go, coming back to a center, to your center. And finding your natural, easy, flowing rhythm of the breath cycle now. So just noticing how the breath just expands as you breathe in, the body expands. And as you breathe out, the body wants to soften and relax. The muscles soften. Perhaps you can feel some weight in the tailbone. As you bring yourself more into the body, you start to ground yourself. Just focusing on the breath now for a couple of breaths. The inhalation, soft, gentle, expansive. And your exhalation, soft, gentle, releasing. And as we've done in the previous meditations, just bringing and expanding your awareness now, your energy body, beyond the body. You're staying very firmly grounded and rooted in the body where you're sitting. But your awareness now starts to expand beyond the physical body with the breath, staying aware of the breath. So your energy expanding beyond the body, an arm's length to the edges of the room, beyond the building, beyond the area where you are, beyond the city, expanding your energy outwards and upwards, out into the atmosphere, still grounded and seated where you are, but your energy is expanding, your awareness is expanding, you're connected to something further, something bigger, out past the Earth's atmosphere, out past the stars, the galaxies, the universe. Until you see beyond you a doorway to your Akashic record, where all the information about you, the wisdom, the knowledge that you hold is all stored. You are always connected to it. And you notice that the doorway opens easily and effortlessly, opening and connecting with this channel, with this higher wisdom, this higher knowledge. We each have a unique Akashic record, perfectly aligned to us. Just connecting with the energies of that. We're going to ask for some healing now. Again, this is all connected through down, all the way down to your physical body where you're sitting. There is no separateness, it's all connected. And as you breathe in, you're going to just draw in the beautiful universal energies that are pure, beautiful, brilliant light. And as you connect with that universal energy, this energy that is healing, soothing, nurturing, you're drawing it closer to you with each breath. And as you connect with this beautiful light, this healing light, starts to kind of wrap around your body, kind of starts to permeate through your skin, not taking anything away. It's this light and this healing is in abundance in the universe, infinite abundance. There is more than enough to heal you and to heal every single being, sentient being on this planet. And this light is filled with pure, brilliant love. It is of the highest and most beautiful frequency available to each and every single one of us. You can feel this energy now permeating through the skin, starting to touch every single cell around your body, your trillions and trillions of cells, nurturing every cell, healing, soothing, staying aware of the breath. The breath allows this cycle, this energy to move around the whole body, this light, shifting your entire frequency, shifting your vibration to start matching this high universal frequency of light, of love, of healing. And now we're going to send all this beautiful energy out into the world, to all sentient beings, to nature, to the planet. Almost like a beautiful warm hug around the whole planet, sharing this vibration, that we will find our balance. Together we will find our center. Collectively, we will find the new way of being that is harmonious, that is balanced, that is more and more aligned to love. Feel and sense that coming off you in waves. We are all of this already. We are just coming back to this. We are bringing ourselves back into balance to what we already are. Taking a few deeper breaths now to really connect with this energy for yourself and sending it and rippling it out to others. A few more breaths, staying in this shifting frequency of before we come back to the room. Just a couple of breaths. Feel your whole body vibrating differently now, sensing this shift, no matter how minute or how small or how big, tapping into the shift. One nice deep breath in through the nose and a breath out. Feel grounded in the body, still connected to the body. Feel the feet on the floor. Sense the weight of your tailbone where you're sitting. The connection, the groundedness. Feel your shoulders, your neck. And this connection out through the crown to the universe. And as you bring all of that shift, all of that change, all of that sense back with you now into the space, and open your eyes when you're ready. How you doing?
Good.
That was so lovely.
That was lovely.
Are you able to connect with that? Do you feel? Yeah. How are you feeling? Anyone wants to share?
I had a bit of an interruption from the children, so I'm going to have to go back to it later, I think, again.
Yeah.
But it was so beautiful. And I was able to get back into it, which was lovely.
Good. Good.
I thought it was very powerful, actually. I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
What I was aware of was actually there's an awful lot of people who are ill with the coronavirus, and it's like I was sort of trying to get that healing frequency into them and to all the people who may be affected, you know.
Lovely. Yeah. Yeah, I could really feel it just wrapping around, arms around the earth, and everyone that needed a little bit of support and guidance and healing and help.
It was quite emotional and quite comforting to me.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. Our emotions are, yeah, mine definitely are.
Totally up and
This
down.
week, up and down, like waving. Say, oh, here it is. Oh, yeah, all right, that one now. Oh, and now this. So, yeah. And just trying to bring it back into a sense of balance and harmony that I think has been coming up for me quite a lot this week. And something that we kind of touched on a bit yesterday, and I just wanted to really sort of shift a little, share a little bit more about today, was just coming back to this patience and unfolding, and allowing ourselves to be okay that this is going to take some time. And I think that's very relevant, especially now with, you know, with our emotions kind of feeling everything, which is cool. You know, it's like we are here to feel and sense all of those emotions, not to hide them or bury them, but to have patience that we will move through them. We've been shifted into uncertainty so rapidly. So now it's about having a sense of patience and groundedness in ourselves, that we will find a different way and we will navigate a different way. And it will unfold. I feel that this is really like every day is just a little bit more of an unfolding of where we're going to go with our business, what we can do to support others, what we can do to help ourselves, and how we can still survive and thrive within these times where everything has changed. And interestingly, of course, I picked a card, and it was upside down, so it came out like that. But it's balancing act. So it's about how we balance things, how we keep kind of coming back to a sense of balance, and the it's you are calm within, no matter the fluctuations of outer conditions.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, okay. And it's such a beautiful card. Look at that, the serenity of that. Just love it. So, and because it's upside down, it says, this is a time when it's important to address the areas of your life where there is discord. Lots of that. So it's saying, are you fixated on getting your own way? Are you obsessed with one thing, neglecting essential matters that require your attention? Taking your own inventory is a necessary step towards rebalancing your life. And it's the only way to reach an equitable solution. Adjust yourself to the conditions of your environment that you have no control over.
Yeah, right.
Let's say that again. Adjust yourself to the conditions of your environment that you have no control over, and balance will come much more easily. If there is to be fairness, it must come from you. So I was like, okay, that's another interesting little reminder, isn't it, for us to really try, to be aware that we're out of balance right now, and to be aware that we can come back to a sense of balance through patience, through this unfolding that I was talking about, that with each emotion that we have, it's like, how do we navigate our way through it? How do we bring ourselves back to balance? How can I bring myself back to balance is a great question to ask ourselves when we're feeling unbalanced, imbalanced. I don't know, what's the opposite? And to know that there are some things that we really have no control over. And when we actually relinquish that we have, or we accept that we have no control over it, actually what happens is we come into balance naturally. That's definitely my experience, because I have control over how I react to it.
Yeah, my interpretation of what you're reading was, Natasha, was that yesterday when I was desperately trying to make this webinar ninja work and get it all done, it felt like, there was me insisting that the universe comply and help me get this sort of thing done so I could get my business back on track, and it was like it felt like I was fighting the universe. And then afterwards I just sort of, when it wasn't going to work, I thought, oh right, I've had enough of that, and I'm just giving up. I'm just going to have a day off tomorrow, which is not surprising because I didn't feel well today. So I just I didn't try and do anything today apart from come on this call. So I felt like, okay, I just need to give up and let the universe tell me what is time to do. And it wasn't time to do any work today. It wasn't time to do any business, and to not be concerned that it wasn't happening right now. That's what was going on with me, and my interpretation of what you read.
Yeah, I totally get that. And of course, when we say that we're fighting the universe, what we're actually doing is fighting ourselves. We're creating the conflict for ourselves. The universe will just respond to what we are experiencing. Where we put up resistance, the universe can only match it with resistance. Where we offer love or balance or joy, the universe can only respond with joy or love or balance. So we are not fighting anything or anyone else. The struggle is always internal. So So that again is just the allowing for you to come back into the space and say, okay, today is not the day for me to work. I'm not feeling well. I'm just going to allow this to unfold. There is no rush. I see a lot of people out there on social media rushing to get in the offers, and this will come up to the question that was asked earlier about pricing, to come in and rush with the offers, rush with this and the undercutting. And something else I was listening to on another call, where somebody in her own group was saying that people are going in with all these offers but not offering and extending that to their existing clients. And I'm like, oh wow, that's really interesting. Where's the congruence there? Where's the alignment there? That, you know, you might have sold a program or a package last week full price, and now this week, because of everything, you're selling it at a third of the price, but you're not willing to work with your existing clients to make that offer extended to them. So this is really, I think, about coming back again into this sense of what we talked about yesterday, which is authenticity. You know, what feels authentic and true and aligned and congruent to you. So, you know, it's like we have to honor where we're at. Coming back to what you were saying, Penny, we have to honor where we're at. We cannot push. We cannot fight. This is not the time to do that. This is about coming back to self and honoring, unfolding, patience, nurturing, but creating the balancing act. And it is an act. Are we ever fully in balance? I know some of you will have heard I've said that. I say that many times. Are we ever fully in balance? Nah. 100% of the time, we're not there yet as a human race, as evolved beings. Not quite there yet. Might be coming, but yeah. But, you know, we're not. So, you know, it's how we come back to that. And it sounds like you came, rather than giving up, Penny, perhaps what you did was come back to just sense of self today and say, I need to look after myself.
Yeah, it definitely was that. Definitely, I had to take care of myself instead of trying to take care of other people and, you know, do my job, you know, which is normally around taking care of other people and taking care of myself. Exactly. That was certainly what I was needed to do.
Good.
Yeah.
And remembering our businesses are just an extension of ourselves. So when we are taking care of ourselves, by extension, we're taking care of our clients.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, good point.
So by honouring that and showing up in our business with whatever we need, we are honouring our business, which is the extension of ourselves, and therefore we are honouring our clients.
Good point.
So nothing is separate, especially when we are doing what we love and what we are here to, you know, what we're choosing to do, not what we're being forced into doing. That's a whole different thing. But we are all, you know, trying to make a difference with what we're doing. So I just want to come to the question that was asked earlier, was around what to do about charging at this time, because that's really an interesting question. And there's a couple of things that really come up for me around that. And that is to continue offering your services, for sure, not undercutting your services and undervaluing your services now because they may have changed. I think I may have talked about this earlier in the week. You know, because we're offering something online rather than face-to-face, that doesn't undervalue what you're offering. But that doesn't equate to an immediate price cut. Because you can't see me face to face, you can only see me through a screen, to say, well, the value is any less, so I'm going to reduce the price. I think that's something really to consider. If you feel there's something more you can add to that to offer a bit more value for the same price, to make up for the fact that you're not seeing someone face to face as opposed to online, then by all means offer something else. Offer an additional thing or an added bonus or something around those lines, rather than cutting down your prices. I think also what we can do is think about what else we can offer considering the situation we're in. So for instance, I usually work predominantly on 6-month programs with people because that's where I see the biggest transformation. Mostly it's one-to-one, but now I'm seeing how I could reach a wider audience by doing something that is a bit one-to-one and a bit like collective, like group work. Because some of the, obviously the Akashic work and the Akashic readings, they are one-to-one because they're so personal. But I'm thinking about how I can shift what I do rather than saying, well, this is what I offer and this is always what's worked for me. It's like we are in new times. So how can we create and do something differently that matches where we're going? Because if we hold on to the old, we are staying in the old. So it may need that things need a tweak. Now, this is not throwing out what you do. It's always about tweaking and course correcting. Again, if you've worked with me, you know that that's something I say a lot. If something doesn't quite work, never throw it out. Always just tweak it, refine it, shift it, course correct it if it no longer works. Because as we transition out of an old state of being and we want to create new and different results, we have to shift into a new and different state of being. That means that what we're doing has to also shift and change, because otherwise we're just holding on to the new. That's why we have to be willing to let go of some of the things that no longer work in the current experience. And that might be that the outward experience has changed like it has, but it might be that just that we've shifted. And so we have to be willing to let go of the old. It's not about just doing more. It's not about cramming more in. It's always about tweaking and shifting and changing what we're doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any other thoughts or questions about that?
I had I had a thought that similar to what you've just said, Natasha, that actually the time for one-to-ones is almost like, okay, it's what I've done a lot, but maybe that's over because it's kind of it disappeared as I go into this time. And maybe my message is that now is the time for me to do a lot more group work. Hence, I was trying out this webinar thing. But maybe, to try and using Zoom, see if I could offer something on a, on a group basis. How have you, I suppose my question is, how have you done it? What was the shifts you've made and what were the offers that you've made that kind of has helped put a group together that you could work with?
So I'm not there yet because I'm doing patient and slow. So these are the things that I'm really not in a hurry to do. I think I was keen to just see what people needed this week. That was what I was why I was offering these group calls. And seeing how many people are, obviously more people have signed up. Not everyone can join live. People watch the recordings. But my is to really get a feel for things. And then obviously it's like, what do I want to do? Where am I going to shine? Because if I'm trying to fit myself into what everybody else needs, which is not aligned to who I am, I'm never going to make it work. I'm never going to make it work because I'll be so out of alignment that the people won't get anything from it. And I know that what marketing says is like, find out what everyone needs and create a package around that. Well, I don't agree with that. You got to do where you shine, and the right people will come. You have to do what you do to shine, and then the people will come. It is the other way around, because we cannot fit ourselves into a box. We create abundance and flow and alignment when we are doing what we do best.
So what have you learned this week? If I could,
so I've learned to go slow, not to rush this. This will unfold over the next few weeks for me. and I am not in a rush to create anything and get something out because of panic, and I don't want to create something from that place. I want to create something that is really aligned to me, that I really know I can offer really, really well to people, and then I will create that offering from that. So I am going to use the next week or so to be really creative. This week I haven't had time because I've just been back to back. So, and I've just been testing the waters, finding my own feet, honoring myself, and what I need. So I think for me, the biggest learning has to not be buy into the panic and the overwhelm of everyone else, to come back, find my balance, slow down, and trust implicitly that this will unfold for me.
Great, thank you.
So with the program, but I know that for me it will be more, it's something I've been trying to do, like thinking about anyways, about the group. But I think one-to-one is still very much, people will still very much want one-to-one. So I think having that option, this is why I say don't throw out what you've been doing, just tweak it, maybe add something additional. So don't throw out your one-to-one. If that's been working for you until now, this is about going back to your clients and saying, what can I offer that's slightly different?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Any other questions? Does that answer the question, Tucci, for you?
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, I put myself on mute because I've got a lot of background noise here.
Right.
But yes, no, it does. And I think you reminded me of your mantra, really, of, it's course correcting, tweaking. And I hadn't actually thought of that. And it was actually when you were saying it, I had downloaded a couple of things. I was like, yes, of course, the parent stuff that I put out earlier this week. I think we were talking yesterday how maybe a bit premature, everyone's settling into, this sort of new way of being, but it's like these small little groups. I think it's something I just need to just wait and be patient, like you say. I think it's about being patient. It's interesting because today on the Year 4 WhatsApp group, there was a lot. I mean, I came back from a run with the children around the woods. There were about 34 WhatsApp messages just from the Year 4 group. And there's a lot of overwhelm, a lot of parents going, mums particularly, thinking, just this week's been crazy. Yeah. And I actually came back and said, look, guys, I put this on Facebook, a post on Facebook if anyone's interested. So it'd be interesting to see if maybe that will move forward next week.
Yeah, and just to keep reminding people, I think touch points are really, really important because people are in such a state of overwhelm. I think that there is, and it's not about overwhelming them even more with more information, but it slips out of people's minds very quickly. So it's not being afraid to go, hey, don't forget about this, or, what are your thoughts on this, in a very gentle, loving, compassionate, nurturing, supportive way. If you're coming from a space of panic, they'll feel that. If you're coming from a space of love and support, they will also feel that. And if they don't and they don't want it, they'll just turn the volume down on it. They'll just be like, thanks, but no thanks. So
absolutely.
I think I think you can hear the messages. When somebody is offering something from a space of, authenticity, from what they can truly help with, or from this space of panic. I mean, you only really have to look at the social media side of things, and you'll see it, you'll feel it straight away. And the people that are buying into that are the people who are overwhelmed and in a state of panic. Well, that's only going one way, isn't it? So that will be interesting, what the outcome of those things are that are being sold. I heard somebody was saying there's a lot of these MLM things that are being sold now. So people who've lost their income, all these companies are coming in and saying, oh, you can do all this upselling, sell these products, and it's like, wow, goodness me, those people are going to invest in something that they don't really know about, and just desperation to earn some money. It's not gonna go well, because it's going to come from a very much a space of lack. You know, there's still plenty to go around. We are abundant beings. We are truly abundant beings.
I think the challenge is to remember that to oneself, and actually, you know, call it over, make oneself present to those ideas and to that thinking, and actually to look for it and to attune oneself to the abundance that there is in one's own life. You know, it's already here. I mean, there is I think there's an incredible thing that's going on in the world today. The fact that so many governments are actually stepping up and paying people directly to cover their wages and everything. I mean, it's totally unprecedented. It's never happened before. And it's like, for me, it's a rewriting of the events that were happening after 2008, you know, when people were putting banks and businesses in front of people, and now there's a reversal. They're putting people first and business and the economy second, and I think that's right. You know, it feels like the world has moved a great distance forward in terms of its thinking, and I think if we're lucky that these steps that are being taken by governments will actually sort of firm up in the astral light, in the Akashic records of this planet, that actually human beings must be put first and business and the economy must be second. So I think that's a great evolutionary upgrade that's going on, and I just have to keep reminding myself that okay, personally I might be feeling ill, but actually there's good things happening as well as bad things, you know, and the bigger things are the good things are happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a bigger picture at play here. And I like what you say, it's about rewriting. You know, I talk a lot about rewriting the scripts, you know, and we are rewriting a lot of these old rules that are just these old ways of being. The economic system, the political system, everything needs a rewriting to come into alignment with where we're going. And so this is our opportunity to start that. And it's happening, as you say. Yeah. And this is what we need to uphold. We need to move with that so that the momentum keeps going and in the right direction that we want it to go, which is the change that we've been calling it.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
Kath, did you want to ask or say anything?
No, not really. Just that I'm aware that we are, you know, moving forward and change is happening, and it's just really digging deep and trusting, going with it. And for me, it's making sure that I now show up, take the daily actions to make this stuff happen. That's my big thing at the moment. Keep showing up, stop hiding.
Keep showing up, and that's it, isn't it? So that's what we talked about as well yesterday in the call. You know, the showing up as our true authentic selves, coming into alignment with that, and to keep showing up. And you thank you for the reminder. It is about action, because doing nothing is not going to create any change. We have to do something in order to create that change, and we have to do it differently. So it's really about how we, you know, can shift our actions to be more aligned to who we are and where we want to go. And that's the intention. Like, what is our intention? Where do we want to go? That's where we need to get clarity. And then we need to take action that's energetically aligned to that action, to that intention rather. Sorry. So we're constantly looking to do, and this is not about do. We want to be within that space as well, but we want to be doing things differently. Doing the same old thing over and over again is just going to get the same results, right? So I hope that was helpful. If you've got any other questions at all after this, then just, you know, ping me an email, private message me. I'm going to come back on Tuesday with some ideas of how I want to continue to create some sort of support for everybody. So if you're watching the recording, I'm going to sort of come in next week with some different and fresh ideas around how I can do that. I'm training a group of 40 people tomorrow online, which is going to be really interesting. I have no idea how that's going to work, but I've been busy converting my flip chart paper slides onto a PowerPoint presentation this afternoon. So yeah, so I will have a much better understanding of how things like Zoom work and everything else like that. And even if I do some training sessions, yeah, I don't know. So next week, so I need a couple of days rest after that tomorrow, and then I will come back and kind of communicate with people either as a group or individually about what to do going forwards. And if there's something that any of you would like or feel that you really, really need in the coming weeks, if you're watching the recording as well, then just please drop me a message and let me know, because if you don't let me know, then I can't put anything together. I can only kind of guess. And from these conversations, I've got a bit of a clearer idea of what people need. But again, if you've got any ideas or thoughts, then let me know.
Great, thank you very much, Natasha, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Natasha. Good luck tomorrow.
Bye.